Chris Long back with you here. Prep Bowl 32, continuing Hutchinson and Holy Angels. I'm joined by Chris Ohm. Kickoff is next between the Tigers and the Stars.
Well, it's Chris Atterbury alongside Ryan Iverson, and we are ready for the 4A Prep Bowl final. It is Connor Faylor of Holy Angels set to kick it away to the defending champion Hutchinson Tigers, and we are off and running, the ball in the air as the Tigers looking to repeat. This is Robbie Grimsley with the first chance at it, and he's loose. The ball's loose as well. A scrum at the 37-yard line. They'll peel him off, and boy, if this ends up as Holy Angels football, it's just the way the script has gone for this Stars club late in the year, Ryan.
Well, you talk about it, and you can see Holy Angels recovers that ball. One of the keys, talking to Coach Ray Benton all week long, got to create turnovers, got to have big plays to start this game off. None bigger than creating a turnover on the kickoff.
The story for Holy Angels, of course, 3-5 in the regular season. They've won 4 straight, and they knock it loose early. They turn De La Salle over 5 times in their semifinal victory.
So no one else, they got to have the ball. And
Danny Hoffman gonna fling it out into the flat. Complete there to Wallace Hicks. Hicks has the corner. Hicks down the sideline. Pushed out of bounds. And Ryan, when you look at this football game, you talked about a team in Hutchinson that has won 25 straight, 34 of 35. The key for the Stars, everybody seems to feel, is getting off to a good start.
Well, getting off to big plays. And that right there, you can't ask for a better start. You have a sophomore, Danny Hoffman.
And that sets up a much more manageable third down here. Little pitch play now for Hicks. Nowhere to go. He is snowed under. And the first man to hit him defensively was Jake Wendland, the fine defensive end.
Well, he's a fine defensive end. He's garnering some Division II and some Division III offers right there.
This Hutch defense, we'll talk about it. They're not huge, but they're fast, and they really flow to the football. Fourth down now. Hoffman to the air. Tipped in the air. Nearly grabbed by the elder of the two Hoffman brothers, Adam Hoffman, but it's broken up, and after bobbling away the opening kickoff, Hutchinson holds. And what we know about this offense is they can hurt you in a lot of ways. They put up 67 points in winning the championship last year. They go right to Grimsley, and he's loose. He is loose, and he's going to be a tough guy to catch. Grimsley on his first carry from scrimmage into the end zone. Touchdown, Hutchinson Tigers.
You talk about big players, big teams responding in big ways, Chris. After a turnover, your defense comes up with a big stop. The first play, they break it loose, and Grimsley, who's just had a phenomenal year, that is his 10th touchdown in the year. And watch this cutback reverse there, right there. You got to miss tackles. You got to wrap up if you're Holy Angels.
By the tight end, Jake Wendland with a big kick-out block, and now quarterback Marcus Hahn is going to swap shoes as he'll come on to try to convert straight on style.
Yeah, one of the few players still that does kick it straight on. He doesn't go soccer style. Kind of an interesting story, Chris, about this shoe. It's from their 83-84 state championship team. He switches it. He's a quarterback, of course. Before every extra point or field goal, he'll run over to the sideline, grab the lucky shoe, and there it worked for him as he puts it through for the extra point.
You talked in the keys about winning the first 2 downs. Another 3rd and long. Hoffman to the air, complete to Hicks, the senior. Takes 1 tackle, and he's going to move the chains. That's a big first down for this young quarterback in his offensive unit.
Well, and obviously it moves the chains, but what you don't want to do against a team like Hutchinson is go 3 and out right after a big play, get that ball back into their offense, and then you have the potential to go down 2 scores just like that. So that's a big play right there for Danny Hoffman, a sophomore. His coach, called him more of a game manager. So how do you build their confidence? You throw easy, quick throws like that. Great first down.
Now Moore with a jet sweep, turning the corner. And that's going to be a healthy pickup on first down. And that's Ekholm. When you look at what they did against 4A competition, they played very well against teams in this class. Now that's a lateral to Hoffman. Has a seam, a blocker out in front, and he's down into Tiger territory. Very close to a first down. I think he's got it. Danny Hoffman going up top. He has Hicks again, and Hicks is spun down, but not until he picks up a nice chunk of change and another first down. It was Riley Steenhook, junior corner, on the coverage, but Hicks, great target at 6'1", 190.
Yeah, and that's the second time Holy Angels has hit Hicks on that post, and it's an easy throw. They fake a handoff right there.
Probably a chance here, or 2 downs to get it. And they're going to roll the pocket. Deep ball, man out there, incomplete. And that was coming off the bottom of the pile, the intended man, Luke Mulepass. 6'4", is a great target, Ryan. Just couldn't haul it in. He'd like another crack at that.
Yeah, 6'4", and great throw right there by Danny Hoffman. He put it where only his receiver could get that. 6'4", you can see it just jumps up. You got to bring that one in.
A big bomb. They made a big tackle. Goal line stand as well as Torrey Adams with his first carry of the ball game. They pick up about 8, and here comes a handkerchief, and that could be a hand on the face mask.
You know, that's just phenomenal. That's over 2 touchdowns a game. So his home away from Hutchinson is the end zone of whatever stadium he's playing.
Looking for a corner, needed a block, he got it. First down yardage and pushed out of bounds about the 44-yard line.
And set that edge and force everything back to the middle.
Well, more room for Grimsley. We've seen this before. He's at the 40. Not going to get him. 76 for the first one. This one will go for 57, and it's 13-0 Hutchinson.
He was shot out of a rocket there, Chris. He hit that hole, and there was a hole there. I think you and I could have driven our cars through that hole. Great job to that offensive line, but man, is he fast, and he turns that corner, and he is off to the races. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
Now pick your poison. You've got Adams, the lead blocker here. Grimsley had the crackback block on the Adams run for a first down. Now they take turns, paving the way for one another.
And you know what I love? And look at the size of that hole. I'm not kidding. You could have driven a truck through it. But I love that Grimsley, who had that fumble on the kickoff, I love how they've gone right back to him here, have the confidence to get him the ball. And, man, has he responded with 2 big, long touchdown runs.
And Mark Mosley is smiling somewhere. The straight-on attempt is good. The question was, would they throw it this year? They haven't had to. Watch the right side of this offensive front, led by Jacob Vanderheiden, the right tackle. They sealed it, and Grimsley did the rest.
And I'll tell you what got lost there. They ran a little misdirection to the left. And so you get the linebackers over-pursuing to the left.
Here's the junior Ekholm battling back from illness that's knocked him out of the last couple of games. Low snap from Oberg. Thrown on the move, and that's complete to Hoffman. Boy, he's a football player, isn't he?
Oh.
Adam Hoffman, the final game of his prep career, and he picks up another first down. And turnovers have been the name of the game for the Stars. They forced 4 in the first half last week. Here goes Grimsley. Do not hit pause. This is not a replay. Robbie Grimsley will go 92 more yards, and it's the Robbie Grimsley show.
And all due respect to Robbie Grimsley, I mean, he's got great speed right there, but the holes that this offensive line is producing is absolutely amazing. As we take a look at that same play, that misdirection, you get Torrey Adams out leading the way, and he is untouched. And that's, if you're a running back, you can't ask for anything more. Let's look at that hole right there. There's a 10-yard gap in between that defensive end and that tackle. That's just a dominating performance by the offensive line, and Torrey Adams leading them through the hole.
A junior on the left side. You've got Gregor Frazier at guard and Chandler Newcomb at tackle, and let's not forget the tight end either, and that's Jake Wendland.
Back-to-back-to-back touchdowns by Grimsley.
Now Ekholm, again, that snap has been low all game long from Oberg. Ekholm trying to make something happen. He's in a world of hurt, and down he goes. Down he goes, and it was Grant Baumich. 5'11", 176. He's a junior, as are so many members of this swarming Tiger defense. Grimsley, but I know he also Skyped with the team this week.
Yeah, talking to Coach Bettany, he said that was very important to this team, and they had a prep rally on Tuesday, and they were able to have Larry Fitzgerald tell the team, wish him good luck, tell them to make the most of it.
There goes Torrey Adams making the most of it. They won't even snap one from scrimmage this time. Adams takes it to the house. 27-0.
I think, Chris, what happened is Torrey Adams was over on the sideline talking to Robbie Grimsley. He said, hey, man, I'm the one that's supposed to score touchdowns. I'm not even giving you a chance today on this drive. So he took the punt return, and he showed off his world-class speed as well.
You know, I think what happened was all year long, Grimsley's been hearing Torrey Adams in morning workouts talk about his 197 rushing yards in the Prep Bowl final. He puts 225 up in the first quarter. Adams has to do something. That's what he did.
Whatever you can do, I can do better.
He pokes it through again. Now, we're going to talk a lot more about that shoe and about the one field goal that this Hutchinson team has converted and just how big it was as this game goes on. Right now, it's all Tigers. Take a look at Torrey Adams doing what Torrey Adams does. 28-0. It's the Prep Bowl at 45.
trying to go back-to-back just like his father did. So pretty amazing history right there in the Rosberg family.
Yeah, Moriarty finally has some daylight. He's across the 10, and you can see the quick feet and the power drive of Connor Moriarty that have allowed him this season to rush for nearly 1,000 yards.
That's a great sign right there for this Holy Angels offense.
Hoffman rolls the pocket here. Finds his big brother Adam, and that's a first down. He won't go out of bounds, and he'll bowl forward at the 37-yard line. Penetration. Ball tipped. Hoffman out of bounds as he held on to it. Boy, great effort by Adam Hoffman.
Yeah, watch this. Ryan Lenz, great effort there. Look at that concentration as he pulls that one down. Unbelievable. Adam Hoffman, unfortunately, couldn't keep just 1 foot in bounce there. And you see that second bobble that they've both been holy whooping so far last year and this year. So, and here's a play action.
Except they're going to throw a pass this year, and Wendland drops it, and that would have been an 81-yard touchdown.
They said if he was on a team that needed to throw, he'd be a great quarterback. I mean, he can really throw the ball. He's accurate, great touch.
Instead, he hands the ball off to Torrey Adams, and why not? He picks up 7 tough yards.
And then you have Robbie Grimsley, who's, all-state track with his speed. So you really have a three-headed monster that you're dealing with there.
And there's Grimsley, and Hicks won't get him this time. Grimsley has the sideline. That's Connor McCarthy has the angle and pushes him out at the 38-yard line. But another big-time run for Robbie Grimsley.
First half, the only difference there, Connor McCarthy does a nice job of taking a good angle here and to be able to catch Grimsley.
Ryan, they've got great backs. We know that. But this doesn't work without phenomenal timing and execution on the offensive front. And they are absolutely dominating the line of scrimmage.
Well, not only that, but they're pulling guards, but those guards are getting there quick. And there's a play action.
And Wendland's going to get this one. He's down inside the 20. A completed pass for Marcus Hahn.
Yeah, look at that. Just dominating not only the time of possession here, but also just total yards.
And Torrey Adams is going to walk in again. What a dominant effort by this front 5, plus the tight ends for the Hutchinson Tigers. No blue shirts within an arm's reach of Torrey Adams until he was 7 yards down the field.
It's an offensive line on the right side. I mean, that's just no misdirection. That's a straight power play.
Pull a guard, blow up a linebacker, drive your man 5 yards down the field.
And we talked about Hutchinson O-line not being that big. You can see right there, number 57.
It's Gregor Frazier coming around.
Gregor Frazier using his speed, those quick guards that can pull. They get to a spot quickly. And you don't have to have a punishing block. You just got to get in the way so that guy can't make the tackle.
Now they're going to have to ice Hahn's leg, not his arm, at the end of this one. It is 35-0. New set of downs. Flip it out to Big Brother, and he is blasted. The ball is loose. It's going to be incomplete. Hello, Jake Wendland.
How is he doing that? Look at this. He lines up down. Look at him get out there. And he meets him right at the point of contact. I think he's small, fast, and don't forget the word smart. I think these guys are really smart and they're really well prepared.
Mule pass puts it up in the air. Oh, what a hit! But not until the first down had been completed. Now the flag comes down, and Grimsley may get flagged on that. Mule pass with the completion to Joey Pugliese for the first down, and then he got tattooed. The officials at field level are going to give us a great look at it. Here's Mule pass.
Great looking throw right there. Let's see if he... Yeah, it almost looks like he took about 2 or 3 steps after possession of the ball. But you can see, I mean, that's a good tackle. You can see helmet to helmet right there, which obviously with the heightened awareness of concussions, they're really trying to crack down, which you certainly appreciate. And this would be huge here before halftime if Holy Angels could go in and get some points on the board.
And Joey was okay. Here's Moriarty looking to break it outside. And he'll be pushed out about the 37. First half was painted black and gold. 35-0. We've got halftime festivities upcoming. It's the Prep Bowl 4A title game right here on 45.
I love that 9 o'clock news. Those of us with little kids, we can't stay up as late, so that's a great time slot. They do a great job.
There's that little skinny post, and that's a completed pass. And that's a first down for Holy Angels.
To Wallace Hicks early in the game. They do that little fake play action. They get that quick slant. They had a lot of success with that, Chris. I'd like to see him go back to that, record-setting day on offense, but he is laying the wood on defense. We can hear those hits all the way up here in the booth.
Yeah, Jordan got a hand on it, but Hoffman wriggles free. First down and more into Tiger territory, and the sophomore finally wrestled under by Wendland. I think Danny Hoffman's played a pretty solid football game.
As has his brother Adam. I think those guys are tough and there's no quit.
And there's Hicks over the middle, and he's down near the 30-yard line. Again, that quick hitter up the seam. Wallace Hicks with his third reception. And give me the biggest piece of turkey. He's going to go up the seam again for his big brother, and Adams got the ball in front of Masemont at the 23. And it's going according to plan for Ray Betton. He said, we're worried about one drive at a time.
That was his third completion already on this drive.
Had the one drop in the end zone, what could have been a touchdown. There he is over the middle. That's Hicks inside the 15 and spilled at the 12. And everything's quick and everything's vertical. The lateral stuff, Ryan, is all predicated on stretching him out, finding a seam, and boom, you're gone. There have been no seams.
Yeah.
But when you play vertical football, it's a whole different animal.
Great defenses get down to the red zone when the field's compact, and they don't let anything in there.
Roll the pocket. You can get a first down without a touchdown. They'll get neither. Down goes Hoffman at the 9-yard line. And for the second time in this ball game, the Tigers hold in the red zone. Quarterback Marcus Hahn, shadow of his own goalpost. He'll keep it on the ground, no surprise there. And Grimsley wrestles forward to about the 17-yard line. A bit of an upset in that he was actually tackled on the play. First 3 times he touched it, he scored.
Yeah, first 3 carries, 225 yards and 3 touchdowns. They got to give this Hutchinson team a little something different, a different look, and see if they can get them out of their rhythm here.
With Grimsley limping off, it's up to Torrey Adams, just kind of picking his way, trying to escape Hicks. He does, escapes again, still on his feet. Are you kidding me? He spun down at the 21. And if not for Adam Hoffman, that's one we would have been replaying on the Prep Bowl for years and years to come.
Well, I'll tell you, I was about to say during the play, Wallace Hicks for Holy Angels does a great job. You can see him containing right there and turning it back to the inside, but then you got to wrap him up and bring him down. Obviously a lot easier said than done, but Torrey Adams with quite arguably the most amazing 6-yard run in Prep Bowl history.
Israel Jamison had a clean shot at him, and sometimes it's 2 bottles of lightning in that backfield. Ball fake here. Nowhere to go with the football, and Hahn's going to take off. He had an 80-yard touchdown run in the semifinal. This won't go for 80, but it does go for a first down.
Yeah, he's capable of big plays with his feet right there. But if you watch that lineup there, Holy Angels had all 11 guys within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. Played a lot with some great players, but it just goes back to those memories. These kids, that's what's really fun. You love. Look at the power right there.
Adam Elliott.
That's the thing. Great teams, they just reload. They got great systems, and they're just taught so well. And it doesn't matter if another guy goes down. Your whole city's here cheering you on. It's just an amazing experience, and just a wonderful event for all these players.
Try Elliott again. Why not? As he bursts off the left side. Little reverse action. Adam Elliott running hard. He's a junior, 6'3", 191. Nice frame on Elliott, who makes most of his living on the defensive side of the football. And then if the point differential drops back to less than 30, say this ball gets dropped on the turf and the Stars return it for a touchdown, then we go back to regular clock rules. Torrey Adams just picking his way through. Boy, he has great feet, great vision. That's a good combination.
When you throw in the word patience there, and you saw number 57, Gregor Frazier, out pulling right there.
They'll give it to Torrey Adams. Grimsley's the lead blocker, and Torrey Adams is into the end zone. That's going to be a 6-yard touchdown run. He has 99 rushing yards on the day, and it's time to change shoes for Marcus Hahn.
Some huge holes for these great running backs.
And I think all of Hutchinson is here. This one punched through. And with 10:53 to play here in the Prep Bowl, the Tigers are roaring en route to what looks to be second consecutive for a state championship. He's a big part of it. That's Torrey Adams, and this is the Prep Bowl on 45.
And they can build off, even though they lost or are losing here today in the Prep Bowl. I mean, just a remarkable feat to win 4 in a row and get here, and it's really something they can build on.
Here's Grimsley. Adams the lead blocker. They're quite a tandem. He's down into Stars territory, bulldogged out at the 43. Tigers will set up shop offensively once again.
Been running for his life back there, but I think that's something that they can definitely build on going forward.
There's Torrey Adams, and he'll be over the century mark, and he's still moving. Still moving. Finally down at the 17-yard line. Boy, that's a type of run. You'd think the scoreboard was 0-0.
Well, and that's just great running back right there. This time he had to earn it, and I love this play right there. He sees number 8, Connor Jensen. He says, "Excuse me, you're in my way. Get out of it." He one-hands him.
Yeah, that was Hoffman he threw down.
And just great power and speed.
He's been managing the whole thing under center. Here's your senior. Boy, he's patient. Look at that.
Yep.
Down to the 10-yard line. Getting tackled there by the Stars, and let's head downstairs to Eric Nilsson. They brought in some of the younger folks. It's still Fleck and this man, Torrey Adams. And that's going to be touchdown number 4 for Torrey Adams. Boy, and there's a flag after the play. One of the Stars taking exception and popping Chandler Newcomb in the helmet with an open right hand, and they're not going to tolerate that. And he's going to snap. We'll take a look at the play. And again, patient run. And very rarely does the first man who gets to Torrey Adams bring him down.
These running backs are just too big and strong. You got to wrap them up. You got to have 2 or 3 guys wrap them up, grab their feet so they can't keep going. St. Paul and Orono, and here they are, 49. And that just talks to their level of preparation and execution of getting here. And they seem to execute biggest when the biggest lights are shining on them, and to score and maybe score early and make that a really, really competitive, good game.
Got Colm back. He's going to let it fly deep for Hoffman. Ball's tipped, and he got it. Boy, we saw Adam Hoffman make a great play in a tip ball out of bounds earlier, and he stuck with that one knowing he was going to take a lick.
Yeah, he went up and got that great concentration again. But like you alluded to, we've seen him do that before. I mean, that's really tough to do, especially when that ball is just waiting, which seems like an eternity, and you know you're going to get popped if they've looked to throw the ball downfield.
I agree that they've had a lot more success in that aspect of the game, and this man Hicks has been critical to it. And there's Torrey Adams. He had the play of the game, and guess what? He's the player of the game as well. It's brought to you by Wells Fargo. I run out of gas. I think these 41-year-old legs would run out of gas. Back home to Hoffman in space. Boy, put that one in a pocket, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Great job, great footwork by Anthony Ekholm that time. He planted that back foot, followed through, and he had a rifle.
So no interception, and a 3rd and goal. Boy, look at him take off like lightning. Woo! Ekholm into the end zone. There goes your donut. The Stars are on the board. Boy, you see the Jets as he turned the corner, saw a crease, and he was gone.
In a 40-yard dash, because those guys just turned the Jets on. Look at that, he's running left. That's not an easy thing to just plant upfield, go north and south like that. One of the few times he's actually had some space and a hole to turn it upfield and make a play.
I think the impressive thing is that he was at full speed right away.
Yeah.
As Connor Failure going to kick it up. And one of 3 Connors on this roster splits the uprights. The Stars are on the board. It's 49-7. And this one will be a great game in the lore of the Hutchinson Tigers, because they have done it. They have won their 26th consecutive football game. They've won their 2nd consecutive State 4A championship, and Andy Rosberg has done in his 14th and 15th years at the helms exactly what his dad did in his 14th and 15 years guiding this Hutchinson program, win consecutive championships and consecutive undefeated seasons. The Hutchinson Tigers, 35-1 in the last 3 years, and start up the fire trucks in Hutchinson because the Tigers are bringing another trophy home.
Hutchinson High School finishes with a record of 13-0 and as the Class 4A state football champion.
That's it for Class 4A Hutchinson, champions for the 5th time. We'll be back on 45 TV.